just passed away.
I know. Steve Sloan was the head coach.
Steve Sloan was, okay. Of the Fire Dogs.
Fire Dogs.
You were there 3 years?
Where?
Fire Dogs? 3 years?
I was there 2 years with the Fire Dogs. Yeah, 99 to 2000. Yeah, after we won it, I left it. Personal issue with the owner, man.
Yeah, that's right. All right, John, back here on the coast, I mean, you're a legend around here, obviously, at the South, the Ole Miss guy, and then you come here, you had to stay in Biloxi, Canada, the Saints. What's it like to be with this brothership, this fraternity, and just be able to celebrate here on the coast?
Well, you get to see all the guys you don't get to see that much. I see a lot of guys locally in New Orleans, but there's ones that come in from out of town that I don't get to see and hang out with them. But it's like brotherhood, like you said. We're all buddies and friends. We all reminisce some of our stuff. It's weird. We don't talk about when we play. We talk about other stuff, off the field stuff that happened that you can't really say, but we do.
Yeah, I mean, you guys get to be out on the golf course. You guys get to do this every year. When you reflect on your time coming to the coast, coming to Biloxi, playing for the Fire Dogs, what are some of the memories that come to your mind?
Well, one is winning a championship with the Fire Dogs, and if I'd have stuck around, I know we'd have won some more. They won when I left, but the people down here love their sports. They love their chances to meet and greet with people. It's so the Gulf Coast. The Gulf Coast is fantastic. It's a sports town, small sports town, but we all know that. But look, I love it down there. I live in New Orleans, but I'm here 3 or 4 days a week. I play a lot of golf on the Gulf Coast, so that's why I travel over here. This is my hometown just as much as New Orleans here.
All right, so we'll talk a little bit about football. I mean, you're still heavily involved in it. Most of these guys are still heavily involved in it. You recently were with the AFL doing that stuff. Bring me inside what brought you to that opportunity and then what ended up happening.
Look, when the AFL arena football got restarted, I got contacted by a good friend of mine who became the head coach of Lake Charles team with Voodoo. And I said, look, I'll come there. He wanted my nephew, the quarterback. I said, all right, I'll get my nephew. We'll talk over. All right, I went to help out with my nephew, Chase Fourcade. We get there, they move the team to Lafayette, and then all of a sudden he tells me, James Shivers, you're going to call a play, is it your team now? I'll just be the head coach. I'm like, whoa, he caught me by curve. But I knew something was up. I did my homework prior to all this. Lee Hutton was a scam artist. Lee Hutton was the commissioner of the league. He lied to everybody. He said he owned 4 teams, counting the Minnesota team, which is the 5th team with his wife. They had no money. They wasn't paying anybody. They used everybody, all the teams. So I don't care who he is and what he is. He's going to get sued. I'm involved in it. The way we got treated, kicking out of the hotel the day of the game, telling us we're moving in apartments after the game. Game's over with, they tell everybody go home. How are they going to go home? Florida, Texas, Arizona, California. Where you going to go at? So we helped the kids stay hotels for 3 or 4 days, but it was the worst experience I've been through. I would never want to go through any of that again, even I don't want the players to. AFL can be there. It should be here. They got to get the right owners, people with money. Don't go these I want to fly by every day and say, I got it. No, you don't. If you don't have it, don't get involved in it.
I was going to say, you've been around the sport forever.
Yeah.
And have you seen anything like what you experienced this past year?
I've seen it before on a lower level, but not as broadcast, because everybody knows what arena football was all about. You know, the TV coverage, Gray television got screwed over. NFL Network got screwed over. The guys don't pay their bills, never had money to pay bills. But back to your question, yes, I've seen this before, but not on this level. This is the worst I've ever seen it on a level. I've been doing it 13 to 14 years of this, been a GM, head coach. I know how to run and do everything, and I saw something. There's certain people that just can't be involved in this. If you don't vet them, that's your problem.
Last question for you. I mean, this is eventually going to get picked up by a national source, and the stories will eventually come out. And the stories that you hear from other organizations who have gone and folded and decided to go a different direction, they're saying all the same things that you're saying. When you have guys that are dressing up in jerseys that aren't part of teams, like when you see stuff like that, what do you think about, like, when you're like, would I've ever seen this in my time playing football, or do you think it's like a thing that we've seen now in the new adaptations of what we have in this?
It's Bush League. Point blank, you see the NFL doing it, you see the UFL doing it. Teams can't pay their bills, just pack your bags and leave. Don't try to put a semi-pro team out there. Prime example, one kid got hurt for the Philadelphia Soul who dressed it up, came over from Dallas as a semi-pro team, blows out a knee. What you gonna do now? The league ain't paying for it, ain't helping. It's Bush League, what they did and what they're still doing. So many teams folded up. We had a team from Oregon playing with a cattle fence with a pad over it. A cattle fence, not a dashboard, but a cattle fence. Are you kidding me? The league's a joke right now. Got to fix it. And if anybody wants to, HBO or somebody that wants to do a big documentary on it, call me. I'll be more than happy to tell you a lot more.
Appreciate it, John. Thank you so much. Man, I'll tell you, I'm
Will Lutz is here wearing.
I'm like a third-string quarterback.
Starting pitcher tonight, 39. Jackson. Lead it off, big pitcher number 29, Jay Rodriguez. 79 playing second.
Mom and Dad.
First line in the name of St. Louis, Missouri best team. First playoff team of 1986-1988. Made the World Cup in Illinois. Louisiana.
I was on the Super Bowl team. I really want to walk up to him and be like, I'm a Colts fan. Thank you so much for everything you've done.
Couldn't ignore his amazing speech. Ladies and gentlemen,
You're the legend.
Here one more time for Pete Warner.
When you're not used to something, you get a lot more nervous than my typical environment. I haven't stepped on a mound since 8th grade, so definitely felt the rush of adrenaline, but it was good to be out there. It's been amazing. This is my second year in a row. Just to pick the brains of some of these Saints legends is super cool. Just to being a part of all of this just makes me feel great. Anytime I can learn from guys like this and hopefully see myself there in the next 10 or 20 years would be unbelievable.